You're listening to the Thoughts On podcast.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts on that? Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm here with ChipWithDip. We're going to be discussing Valorant's Episode 2, Act 3, with the introduction of the all-new map, Breeze, Battle Pass, and more. So, Chip, what's your thoughts on it?
Where do I even begin? The Battle Pass. Definitely better than the last one.
What's your favorite skin on it?
Definitely the ocean skins. Those are, I wish,
ones.
like, I mean, the sword is cool for the tier 50, but imagine, like, it was like a trident or something. Because, like, they went for, like, a tropical,
nice.
Yeah. But, I mean, I see what they went with, the whole, like, pirate and, like, exploration type of theme.
The only thing is, though, is once you get that pirate kind of, like, themed weapons, I don't know, because the map does it really show anything relating to pirates? I think it's just a tropical island.
Is it? Yeah, it's just like a tropical island.
So, pirate stuff's a little out of character. I mean, they could have done a little more with that, but it is what it is. And the light wave skin, depth skin, the battle pass in general is just a really good.
Yeah,
really good
they're definitely like stepping it up a bit, little by little.
Kind of had to after the last one. I mean, the prism skins were good in the last update.
Yeah, those skins were like the Prism one was like, how much was it? They had a bundle for it. Wasn't it like $40 or something like that? So I mean, you got your money's worth.
Oh, 100%.
I gotta double check the price, but like you got your money's worth with that battle pass too.
Oh yeah, and I feel that with the depth skin and the prism from the last one, they put them on actually good guns.
Oh yeah, you got the Vandal skin. You got your Ghost too, and the Bulldog. I mean, I don't really use the Bulldog, but like,
No.
I got a skin for that now. So I mean,
yeah, it's always nice to fill up that skin board with all the guns on it. Yeah, the collection.
Yep.
Yeah, it's looking good. I like the map. I mean, at least on is it the A side with the pyramids? Or is that
yeah.
B? Oh, yeah, A side.
That's A.
See, I like that side. Not so much the B side. I feel like it's a little bit too open.
Dude, the whole map is just, you could literally get flanked anywhere. Like,
That's true.
Like cipher traps, tripwires aren't really like good, but like you need them. It's like you need them, but like where can you place them? Because they could either walk around them, or if they have a jet, just like updraft over them. I mean, you would hear that, but it's just
true.
There's so many like especially mid. Like take mid, right?
It's open.
It's open, right?
There's so many spots.
There's the shoot that people are starting to actually bait that. So what you could do is you could drop a weapon there, right? Like you could just toss your classic down there. It'll make the noise, and you could jump with that, right? So people start doing that.
That's smart.
You have the double wooden doors, right? That you can also get peeked through.
Yep.
You have I don't know what to call it, but when you go up mid, like up that little like hill, past like the big like cylinder.
Oh yeah,
that's smack in the middle, like behind that. I don't know what to call that spot, but
a little sniper's nest, basically.
Yeah, the little sniper's nest. Yeah, basically. That there's just so many spots where you could get shot from. It's hard to cover. You literally have to play like a team.
Exactly.
Like if you're gonna have a lurker, like they have to really like lurk.
Oh
there.
yeah.
You need good comms on that map.
You need at least more than one person pushing a side, I feel. Because if you got one person going through mid, chances are there's probably going to be 2 or 3 peeking from the other side, waiting for that person to go through.
Exactly.
Yep. Because you got one tunnel coming from B, you got like you said, the wooden doors coming from A, and then you got the sniper's nest on the back mid from their side. Now, if you're on the other,
so many spots.
Exactly, and if you're defending, that's great for you because you got a lot of spots that you can peek the attackers on. But
there's a problem with that. So because the map is so open, it's harder to play retake. So once they get a site, like that's a wrap. Like by the time you get on this site, let's just say they have a Killjoy and a Viper who knows lineups. Like you might as well just save your gun, like because
that's a dangerous mix.
Killjoys are exactly. Like you'd have to have, if you had a Sage, like, and she didn't use her wall to block off the cave, you would have to block off the cave like there and then, and have people peeking that cave, because I bet you they're gonna be in that cave there, because at least if they have a Viper, they're gonna be in there if they know lineups, and then the Killjoy has to be like near her stuff to use it. Exactly. At least the alarm bot and turret. Yeah, it's hard for both attack and defense. You can't really say it's like attacker sided or defender sided. It sucks for both.
I would say B side is a little bit more defender sided.
I can see that. It depends on your lineup, though.
That's true.
Like, who do you see making that like defender sided?
Well, I mean, I see Reyna for one, and the thing is, as well, is with the B side, on the defender side, there's a little bit of a ridge that you can kind of peek over through the archway where the attackers will come from. And if you're peeking that with like basically a head glitch kind of thing, it's so hard, unless you have an op, it's so hard to shoot that far. But for some reason, it just seems like every time I'm versing someone with a Vandal and they're doing that little head thing, they're beaming me, no problem. Because I'm out in the open. The only thing I have is that window, but that window is so big and shows so much of my character, and I can see so little of theirs.
Not even that. There's what makes it a bit defender sided on that spot in particular. There's only two spots that really are like defensive sided, and there's like peeker's vantage. So you know the metal doorway, right? Like the long metal hallway that you can go up the rope and cut through to get to A.
Yep.
Right. If you're on defense, your spawn's literally right there, right? So you can quickly run there during the prep phase, get an op or a Vandal, and just sit there and peek the double door. Because if they're going to push through there, you're going to see them come up the rope, and they either have to go left or right, because there's two doors, and they're open. And not even like closed doors or nothing.
It's true.
They have to come through it. So peeker's advantage there. Then on B, right? Back to the B discussion.
Yep.
That window you're talking about, by the time you swing out and peek me there, if you're not like a Phoenix and can flash that, and you swing that, I'm already gonna shoot you. That's why whenever I play and we play on Breeze, I never peek that window, because 99% of the time they're gonna peek that before I can even like swing on that. They're gonna have their gun aiming head level right there.
Exactly.
And it's annoying.
Well, and also that archway, like if you get outside of that window and you walk up to that archway that you can go into B site, you know what that reminds me of?
What's up?
It reminds me of A site over on Ascent. When you're going through that, like the doorway, the big archway, and they have like you could have someone on your left and you could have someone on your right. That's literally, it reminds me of that so much.
True.
Because you never know how they're going to set up.
Exactly.
You can't peek both ways.
It'll be really bad if so I play Killjoy a lot on there.
Yep.
And I play B mainly because, right, so I'll put like an alarm bot on that walk, you know where the orb is, by that window where we were talking about on B. I would put an alarm bot like at that entrance, and then hello?
Yep.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. My screen just like went black. Sorry. I put an alarm bot there and then double nano it. And then when my alarm bot hits, because 99% of the time, okay, so if I'm peeking that window, they're gonna push, they're gonna come in, and from their perspective, they're gonna go to the left. On my perspective, that's to the right, right?
Yeah.
So I would put my second nano there, forcing them to go to the left, right? So that's the only good thing I could do with Killjoy, and then of course have my turret like right above me playing backside.
They basically just be running through just a valley of nanoswarm.
Yeah, exactly.
And just end up dying. Unless they turned around and went back, then they'd just be damaged. But most people just keep pushing forward.
Exactly. And that's what sucks for the attacker. Like, you only have two spots to really push through. There or mid.
It's true. Ready, well.
So again, like, that's like, you can't really say it's like either defender sided fully or like split or attacker sided. It's just, you can't. No. It's just a matter of who has the better comms, like, and who's a more coordinated team at that point. That's what I feel like with Breeze.
It's definitely a team-based map, that's for sure.
Definitely.
I got another question here. Do you think they need to bring more weapons to the game to keep the game interesting, or are they doing enough to keep the player base engaged?
I think we're fine on the number of weapons. What
Yeah.
they do need to fix is the sheriff, the one tap to the head. It should not be um it should not do 145 to the head if I'm like over 50 meters. If I'm hitting you to the head with the sheriff, like that should be a one tap, whether you have armor or not.
Yep.
But that they need to fix that. They need to make it 150 like the Vandal, because I feel like there just needs to be a pistol like that. Like when you
true.
think of a sheriff, like and the damage it does, like I'm expecting to one tap someone in the head, as if I had a Vandal in my hand. And I only have 6 bullets too. That's another thing. I don't have a lot of ammo to put in.
And it takes a while to reload that weapon.
And exactly. So they need to fix that. That's my only real like opinion on that. Oh, what else could they? Oh yeah, they could also what they could do is the shorty too. I feel like just give a little more power to its shots, and then that'll be fine. And they need to bring back the Bucky, like the damage for that. I feel like I do no damage. Yeah, they did. So when you right click, I forget how many pellets came out. I think it was like 15 or 20. But now when you right click, only like 5 pellets come out. So you're not really doing much damage when they're like far away. That's why people like pro players like Grim, right? They're known for using the shotgun because of that range that it had, you know?
Yeah.
It was kind of like in Siege, the boss G.
Yep.
Right? Like that. That's how the Bucky was like. That's how I would always describe the Bucky. Was like it was the shotgun you would use for long distance. Its fire rate is slow, but it packed a punch. Now it's garbage. Garbage.
Do you think the Judge took that place now?
Yeah. The Judge definitely. You see a lot more players using the Judge now because of that fire rate, you know? Yep. Like they could get more shots off now. You still got to be careful though, because the Bucky still does it a decent amount, just not as much as it used to.
No, and even myself, like I started using the Judge quite a bit, as you already know.
Yeah,
it's a great time to use, and it really messes with people's minds.
It just annoys them. It definitely
really does.
is.
That's one of my favorite parts about the game. What would be your ideal agent for Riot to bring to the game? You can think of anything. Or even what kind of category of agent do you think needs another?
I think we need more like smokes.
Yeah?
We only have Astra, Omen, and
Jet.
Brim. I mean, I'm not even counting Jet. Like her smokes are just there for a second. It's just there for her to dash into sight. Like I'm not even counting that.
What about Cyphers?
Cyphers, his cages.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, but take all right, let's do a scenario here. Let's go to Ascent, right? We're pushing B. Can I throw my cage safely to block market and CT? Or would I rather just get like an Omen who could do it like behind the wall, you know? Like Cypher has to peek out to do that. True. You know? And someone could be like pre-aiming that, and then I peek out, expose my body, I get popped in the head. Don't get me wrong, like it's definitely possible to get in there. I'm not saying it's impossible to get into B with Cypher cages. It definitely is. He could throw it right off the bat and just like stack them and just push the little like catwalk there.
Yep.
But it's definitely just a safer bet.
Oh. Did you count Viper?
Viper?
Yeah,
she only has her one orb and the wall.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That is only one orb.
I would rather save her orb to put on Spike.
Yeah.
And then use a lineup. You know?
Because then if they're trying to defuse it, you'll be able to peek from any angle. They won't be able to see you. So.
I won't even have to if I have a lineup. Like if I have a lineup, like okay, I have one lineup in B, where I sit outside of B main. I have my orb on Spike. You know the triple boxes in the middle of site. plant there, put my orb there, I can still hear them tap the defuse. So when I hear it, pop my orb, and then I could just shoot my poisons from across the map on there. I don't even have to beat them. They have to come to me, if anything, right there. So I would rather have her orb for that rather than to just block a site. I mean, it's possible. People do it, but I just see it as a waste of an orb.
I totally understand. I agree with that. I do agree with that. And another smoke as well might be a good thing for an addition to that.
Or no, go on.
Because I just think it would be kind of nice to be able to have another one to be able to kind of push, because you can push into a site, but I feel like you can never really push far enough to be able to plant, or at least begin planting.
Right.
Like you always get stuck halfway, and then by the time you're outside of the smoke, you're probably dead, because when you're coming out of those smokes, you can't really see fast enough, and everyone will see you before you can see them. You kind of get stuck in the situation.
I feel like we have enough. We definitely have enough duelists. Like you could literally get an entire team of duelists there. Whether we either get a smoke or we don't even need a new character, so to speak, but they could definitely fix the smokes. Whether make them a bit larger, because take Grease, right? You can't really smoke that site out. Like I could smoke out Split, I could smoke out Haven. Like those are like you can get good smokes down to get your teammates into sight, but I can't really do that in Breeze because it's so open, you know?
Yep.
Like what? Am I gonna waste 3 smoking the 2 doorways by CT and then mid? I mean, sure, but B is still pretty big. You never know. Someone could be hiding around the corner or hiding around that cylinder in the middle. Like they could already be on site.
That's true.
But yeah, whether they add a new smoke character or just fix the smokes, that's what I gotta say about that.
Alrighty. Do you think competitive needs change?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
In what ways?
So, have you played comp in the beta?
In the beta?
Valorant? Yeah. Like,
no. I never played it during that.
So they initially had it, right? And even after beta, like for a little bit, they had it to where in CS, so it would go based off basically just your skill alone. So even if you lost the game, you still got a rating increase. That's what they would call it. So you have a slight increase, which is a single arrow, a double arrow, which is just a rating increase, and then a triple arrow, which is a great increase. So you wouldn't get penalized for losing the game and top fragging. You would, if anything, you would either get no rank change or a slight increase in your rank.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
There wasn't really any MMR like there is now.
Yeah.
But they literally copied CS:GO like competitive style, and I like that, because even if I lost a game and went like 30 and like 10, I still got rewarded. Now, if I lose a game in top frag, like I'm just losing a lot of elo, and that's why a lot of players like myself are like stuck in like gold lobbies, high tier gold lobbies, and can just never leave gold 3 because of that elo cycle or whatever you want to call it. You're just stuck there.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's hindering on the competitive scene. I agree. I don't like the MMR system that they have put in place. I think if you top frag in a game that you still lose, I think you should at least stay the rank you are and not lose anything.
Exactly. Either stay the rank you are or get like a slight, like even just like 10 rating points, right?
Yep.
Even if it's 10, like I'm fine with that, like that's fine.
Yep.
But the fact that I'm not getting rewarded for carrying my team or just doing well with my team, that just blows.
Especially when online competitive gaming right now is just bombarded with people who want to throw their rank just to be able to play in lower lobbies.
Oh yeah, the Smurfs.
Oh. It's like
why? Like not even okay. It's one thing to Smurf, like just to play with like your friends. Like it's just one thing. Like you're not trying to like make fun of anyone or just like kind kind of throw matches or anything. Like you're just there just to play the game, right?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, it sucks. Like you're better than these guys, but like I mean, they kind of learn one way or another.
Oh, 100%.
But it's another to go in there and purposely throw for the people on your team trying to like actually rank up. Because when I play on like with you guys on my alt account, I play to win. Like whether like I will never throw unless I'm like by myself and my teammates are throwing, then yeah, like all right, forget the match. Like I'm not gonna play it like if my teammates are throwing. But like when I'm with like friends in that and I can't play with them on my main account, like yeah, I'll hop on another account and just play with them. You know, it's just a game at the end of the day. You know, I'm not going to esports or nothing for it.
Well, I mean, you don't know that. You might. Never know.
Maybe,
one day.
Maybe. You don't know. You might see ChipWithDip.
That'd be awesome.
On Sentinel or something.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I'd be very happy for you. Do you think their marketing strategy is working for them? Example, the pricing of weapon skins.
That could use a tad bit like of touching.
Oh, you think so? I mean, I think the price of a brand new AAA game is definitely suffice for just a couple weapon skins, right? Definitely no sarcasm.
Like just like it's nothing like
it's brutal. I can't believe it.
Some weapon skins like yeah, they're overpriced. Like I'm trying to think of one on the spot. Definitely not the Elder Flame. Elder Flame is worth it. Just cause like for me, if I'm gonna get in a weapon bundle that's like $80, I better get crazy animations, like the bullets better be cool. The animation to whip out the gun better be cool. That's why I like the Elder Flame, because like it has that for me. It has that like finesse.
You know what? That's actually the one skin I can agree that it's probably worth that amount, because it's something it looks that way and it's supposed to be that a special weapon that not everybody has. If they were to price that thing at like $20, everyone would have it, and then it wouldn't be special.
Yeah.
They would have put all that work into it and everyone would have had it, but like it has to be something at least that not everybody has. Yeah, I can agree with that. The Elder Flame is something that should be priced that way. But for that minimalistic,
that one, I was just gonna say that too. I was just gonna bring that bundle up too. That's why I feel like they need to just sit down and just realize, just think about what's the bundle worth. Like, you know, that bundle was definitely, what was it, like $70, $80?
Yeah.
That pack, like no animations. No, it just, I mean, yeah, it looked cool, but
you're gonna call the skin minimal and put in minimal effort into creating effects for it and stuff. It's got to be a minimum price, because that's too expensive for something that doesn't have all those features and cool details. But that's just my opinion on that.
Oh, definitely. I definitely see that. I mean, that's why I'm like, again, I'm just like, they could do like a tad bit of work on the pricing and that for it. I don't think all of the weapon skins are like a ripoff, but there definitely are like the major ones. Like you said, the minimal skin pack where it's $80, but it really should be worth like 40 tops, 20 $20. I mean, because they have, you gotta think about the weapons too that are going on that skin. Like they had what, Phantom, Op, Ares, and
there was no knife for it, was there?
No.
And they charged that much. Wow.
That's another thing too. The knife is always the most expensive. The Elder Flame knife is $50 by itself. Right? And the Elder Flame like Vandal, it's like $25.
And they just never even included a knife with the minimalist one. And it would have taken minimal effort just to add one.
They could have done like, I was talking to my brother about this. I was like, they could have done like a baton. There's like a black stick, like a baton or whatever for it. If they wanted to keep it simple.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They just didn't. So I was just like,
there's even on the Spectre this like little white glowing ring where the trigger is for the gun. They could have easily just put two of those circles on, like, as if it's like the holes for the knife. Like, you know, like does a bayonet have holes like that on either side of the handle, doesn't it? Something like that. But they could have done something with like a tactical knife or a bayonet looking knife thing with the two glowing holes.
Could have, should have, but didn't.
Totally missed opportunity. They could have, I mean, probably sold a couple more at least, and then it would have been a little worth it. If you could pick one agent to remove from the game, who would it be and why?
Agent to remove. Damn, this is tough.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty tough. Tough.
I feel like everyone is like fine right now. Not Breach. I got a question for you for Breach.
Oh boy.
But maybe Yoru. I don't know. Like, I don't really see a lot of players in competitive playing Yoru like that.
Yoru.
Or, hey man, everyone pronounces it. I roll the R.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know the actual way to say it.
Some people say Yoru. Yeah, I don't know the actual way to pronounce it, but I'd say Yoru.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think so as well. And then you had a question for me on Brim.
Yes, Breach.
Oh boy. Or Breach, yes.
So, actually, Breach and Sky. So, did you know about their future plans for Breach and Sky in terms of their flashes?
No, what are they doing?
They said they might. So I have a quote here. So they said, for Breach, we are looking to balance power across his kit instead of it all sitting on his flashes. The goal here is to provide Breach and Sky with more self-sufficiency. To do so, we're looking to remove their ability to dish out 3 consecutive flashes. How do you feel about that?
Wait, so what exactly are they doing?
They're removing his flash. Like a flash. So he'll only have 2, like in the beta.
Oh, and then...
Because in the beta, he had only 2 flashes. Then they changed it and gave him 3. Sky has 3 as well. But now they're looking back at that and they're like, okay, we kind of made them cracked. Let's pull them back and remove their flashes and even balance out their kits a bit more. I don't know what they're going to do for the rest of their kits, but I just know right now off of this quote that they're going to remove a flash. So how do you feel? Is that like a good move for them?
I think it can be a good move. And the only reason why I say that is because both their flashes last so long.
Yep.
Like, you get flashed, you're stuck. You can't do anything for like 2 minutes, it feels like. I mean, it doesn't last that long, but it feels that way. So I think rolling it back to 2 flashes, perfectly fine.
Right. Because that's how it was. Like, that's how it was in the beta. Like, he had, like, I was talking to my brother again about it because he told me about this. And I was like, but didn't he always have 3? And he was like, no, like, he originally had 2 flashes. And if you look back, like, you can confirm that. I feel like it's a good move as well. Like, his flashes are so, like you said, they last long and they're just annoying. He could dish them out pretty quickly, too. So it's like once you dodge the first flash, by the time you spin around, he already has the second one popped and will swing on you and kill you, or have someone else swing on you and kill you. And Sky Flash too, like, I mean, they last. But the only difference is that the Sky Flash you can actually break. But
yeah, the bird.
By the time, like, do you really have the time to break it? Do you feel like you could break it on time, or do you think like when you peek that she's gonna pop it right away?
Pop it right away.
Exactly.
She's only worrying about one person only. And that's the person that was shooting at her before she went and hid and started flying with the bird.
Right.
So as long as that one person is staring at that bird, she's popping it right away. Yep. So I'm glad there's only 2 flashes coming. I think that's great. That's a great change they're going to be doing to that.
Just want to see what they're doing because they said the rest of his kit too. They're gonna try to balance the power of the rest of his kit. So are they gonna like debuff his, like, you know, his move? I think it's his C or his Q, where he shoots his cannon through the wall and it like does a blast on the other side.
Yeah.
Are they gonna debuff that and make it do less damage? Like, I don't know.
That's the thing, that it's almost like a concuss kind of thing, right? And you can't like really move totally, or like what happens with that? You can't aim.
So if you're standing behind a wall, right? He shoots his cannon through the wall.
Yep.
It shoots this blast, and if you're in the center of it, it could one tap you. But if you're not, it'll probably do like maybe 50 damage or so.
Oh wait, that's not his ult.
No, his ult is
The Hellfire thing?
yeah, where he does like the earthquake animation and it stuns you and you move
Wait,
slow and you shoot
that
less.
one's his ult?
That's his ult. Yeah, he also has a move like that too, though. Too. Just his ult is on a larger scale. I know what you're talking about. That's his. His E, where it goes in a straight line. That's the move you're talking about, and it concusses you.
Yeah, that's
His
the
ult
one.
works like that, but it's just wider and longer.
Wow, okay.
So they're looking to balance all of that and take away a flash. So I was like, that might be the move.
Yeah,
right there.
I agree with that. I'm happy with that.
And back to your I just realized when you said the flash thing, with the character who I would put in would take off the smoke, put in someone like in Siege like Ying. Like someone who could like
Ooh,
see
flash a
through.
sight.
Yeah, can flash a sight and could see through like their flashes, like Ying in Rainbow Six.
That would be
Make a
nice.
character like that.
Yeah, that would be good. They could be like wearing glasses or something that like block.
That's like one ability of theirs, or it could be their ultimate. Whether it's their ultimate where they just can't get flashed.
Almost be like a
They can still
warden
get
up.
stunned on that. Huh?
It'd almost be like Warden from Siege.
Yeah, like a mix, you know?
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. That just came to me because I was just like, damn, like I know in Siege, like you have Ying, that doesn't get flashed by her little candelas. So you're gonna
Is that
make
what
a
they call
character
that?
like that. I think that's what they're
What a
called.
weird name.
I think they're called like candelas or something like that.
Those little like that big
Fact
ball
check
thing that
me
like throws a bunch of.
when this goes up. Someone fact check me. I could be wrong. I haven't played Siege in a while.
I said me too. I haven't played so long.
That's another discussion on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do an episode for Siege in the current state. I mean, ever since they added that Rick and Morty thing, but we'll get into that another time.
Oh yeah.
It's just ridiculous. But yeah, those are all the questions I had. I don't know if you have any more questions for me or
One more.
one more.
I think we discussed this last night. Was it with you? I think so. With the Valorant going on mobile
Yeah, that was me.
platforms. Yeah. How do you feel about
confirmed?
that? I don't think it was confirmed yet, but they have talked about it in interviews where they kind of want to like branch off a bit.
Well, I don't think it'd be
Um,
hard.
Yeah, they have the graphics for it and that.
Yeah. But I think the only thing that they don't have is the anti-cheat. They won't be able to run that on a phone. But I mean,
True.
if they were able to make that client, they'll be able to put something together to avoid, modified APKs and things like that. I think it'll be good. I think the mobile scene will like it at least because I know there is an esport out there, like there's esports out there for mobile. So to have Valorant as another title underneath that branch, I think that's great. They'll love it.
Yeah. They definitely don't need to make crossplay though. Definitely did
No, that would be bad.
They should not do that.
That
and
would
if
be
they
horrible.
do, rest in peace, the mobile players.
Pretty much, they
I
would
definitely don't see them making
uninstall.
crossplay though. Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. It should definitely be mobile isolated servers.
Yeah.
Another thing too is that means that Valorant would strictly be touchscreen. There's no controller support on PC, so I guess there's no gamepad support for mobile. It'd all be touchscreen.
Yeah, that would be a thing.
Which would be kind of interesting because I know Call of Duty is pretty popular with using like a Razer Kishi, which is like a little gamepad thing you can attach your phone into, and it turns it into like a Switch. But now you wouldn't be able to do that with Valorant.
Right. Because there's no controller support to begin with on PC.
Exactly, and I don't even think it's a game that would be good with controller support.
Nope. It would be hard to like strafe. At that point, like you'll just be playing like a COD player. I feel
Exactly. Yep.
like always ADSing, aim assist,
Yep. Hip
things
firing.
like that. Hip
while running.
firing, which is not even if you have a Phantom,
Yeah.
maybe.
Phantom or the Spectre.
Phantom or Spectre,
Yep.
running gun. Yeah, we fixed it. Yeah, no.
I'm sure you did. But yeah,
That's it for me for questions.
that's all my questions as well. I think we'll end it here. I think this is pretty good.
Thank you for having me here.
No problem. Thanks for coming on, Chip. Chip with
Gotcha.
Dip.
Glad I could share my opinions and rant about this wonderful game we call Valorant.
Oh yeah, it's a great game for moments that you're playing with friends. It gets a little aggravating when you're playing with people that aren't using voice chat. Definitely not the game for that.
That's a whole other rant right there.
Oh yeah, that brings up a huge topic on people that play team-based games and don't have microphones. But
Yep.
let everyone know who you are and what you got planned. Any plans for your stream? Anything?
Oh, still grinding Resident Evil on twitch.tv/ChipWithDip. Don't forget the underscore.
Yes, definitely don't forget the underscore. Alrighty.
Stream Valorant, and that's it, really.
Yeah, those are good plans though. You're doing well. And you're also the Taco Bell stream at 1K.
Yep.
So,
1K followers and face reveal right
exactly.
there.
And we need that. We need it
Oh man.
so bad. Alrighty, well, that's going to conclude this segment of Thoughts On. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks again, Chip, for coming on. Much appreciated.
No problem.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one.